So, that's pretty much what I do. I rob and duplicate. You should be doing the same thing. Rob me and duplicate it. Just go ahead. You don't even got to tell nobody you got it from me. Just take it and then just go ahead and apply it somewhere else. So you can go help the newest person, right? So we'll go ahead and we'll get into it, right? The first thing with duplication, right? We got to hit the phones, right? We got to hit the phones. Text, call the person. Text and call the person in the business that you got in the business every single day. At least your core leaders, right? Every single day, text, call, have to literally go ahead and be on the phones with them. When we talk about being on the phones, we're not just talking about with prospects. We're talking about being on the phones with people who you actually got in the business, your new family members, so that you can develop a relationship. If you don't know why that person cries, if you don't know that person's why, it's going to be tough to go ahead and push them in a direction they might not want to actually be on, right? Or be in, right? So for example, Gustavo knows why I cry. He knows my why. So he can push certain buttons, and not in a manipulation form, but actually he can push me and remind me of certain things that I need to do so that I can push forward, right? So you want to get them on the phone with your mentor or other leaders. Make sure they're always plugged in, right? That's the reason. I would say 90% of the time when people don't actually go ahead and get in or they leave the business, it's because they wasn't plugged in. I'm just being completely honest with you. So when you do have if you have a massive amount of people come in your business, make sure that we're talking to 20%, which is our leaders. Making sure we're talking to our leaders, making sure we're plugging them in with the, paying matchmaker, right? If you have somebody who's Caribbean, you might want to go ahead and get that Caribbean person, on the call with them, right? So they can be relatable, right? Go through people's networks, list of 100 people, show them how to create a list, right? Most of us don't know, we'll say create 100, but somebody new coming in, they might not know how to create a list, right? So I'll give you a few things, right? 10 people from college, 10 people in high school, 10 family members, 10 people you have on Instagram, 10 people you have on Facebook, 10 people who liked you before, 10 people, who were creeps, that's already 70 right there, right? So we can continue to keep going on and on and on, right? Show them it's possible, right? You gotta show them how to prospect, right? What I do with the group is I'll send screenshots of the DMs of me DMing people, right? Because I'm not going to tell the team to do something that I'm not doing. So if I'm DMing 50 to 100 people a day, I'm actually going to go ahead and show them exactly what I've been saying and the responses I've been getting to actually get them on a call, right? Your job as a leader, even if you don't want to be a leader, even if you don't want to be a mentor, you have to build confidence in people, right? Even if it's not somebody on your team, someone comes to you for a question, maybe you're a P150 or P600, P1000 or up, and they're asking you, hey, how did you get the P150? Like, definitely got to help them out, right? You got to be able to build their confidence, right? We got to hit the phones again. That's building confidence because they don't want to hit the phones anyway. So you got to get them to be confident. How do you get them to be confident? Doing things they don't really want to do so they can be better at it, right? Creating leaders and call and create relationships. The reason why the business falls off, the reason why people are not getting certain amount of success they want, or a particular person just leaves their business, is because you didn't create a brother-sister relationship, right? You didn't create a brother-sister relationship. If you're not doing that, guess what? It's not really family. Right? They got to be able to plug into someone or you or somebody in the group where they can actually go ahead and start to understand that, like, okay, it's not, I can't just quit on my family. So it's just, they may not like the business, but they just can't quit on the family. And they're so deep in, they're just like, man, I might as well just get better, right? I might as well just figure it out and find the way, right? So, creating success for people, right? They know what it feels like, right? That's why they don't know what it feels like. That's why they say what they say. So most people say it doesn't work because they haven't felt it yet, right? They haven't felt, of being able to go ahead and enroll somebody. They haven't felt, being able to make profits, whether it's demo or live. Like, you got to get them in the mode of what it feels like, right? You got to get them plugged into certain calls, right? I always say paint the picture. If you're not being Picasso in this thing, all you really got to do is be Picasso. Like, you just really got to be Picasso when you're doing this. And it's, when it seems foggy for them, you got to build belief. That's really going to be key in everything that you do, right? It's going to be key building belief because they're not going to see the vision all the time, right? So you got to be that person. You got to be that artist to paint it for them and say, no, you sold P150, I sold P600, right? You sold P600, I sold P1000, right? And you start repainting the picture for them so they can actually see it and go, wow, I actually can see it, right? You know, let them know your journey, you know, leverage other people's stories. I love leveraging other people's stories. A lot of you on this call, I leverage your story and I'm closing people off the story you told me. So it's just like, I'm leveraging people who are not even on my team. I'm here, I hear your story, I hear your testimony, boom, I'm taking it, and then I'm gonna use it to close somebody, right? Or the new thing we like to say to form an agreement, right? We got that from Jason Stone, shout out to him, right? Hold people accountable and repeat their why. Those are some key things to do. You gotta hold people accountable. And the thing that I love to do, this is a key nugget, I love to have the person go ahead and actually send me a text message of their why, so I can screenshot it. So when they do quit or they do decide to think that they might want to quit, I just send them that and I'm like, bro, bro or sis, you sent me this, and you know, this is why you actually wanted to do this, right? So, you know, that's key, right? Build, you know, duplication, you know, but adding speed. This is going to add speed to your business. This is going to add speed to your business, right? Build through. You have to build through. At the end of the day, if you are a P150 on this call, right, or maybe you're not a P150, right, but if you are a P150 on this call, you want to teach those, right, teach those people exactly what you did. So you hit P150, you need to get all 3 of those people on the call, right? If you have 4 people, you need to get all 4 people on that call, and you need to teach them exactly what you did, right? The only way you're going to be able to have enough leverage to do that, you need to contact a P600 or higher. A P600 or higher. You do that by asking that in the group chat. Hey, who's a P600 or higher, right? You know, ask questions, right? Ask the person who got you in the business, right? Or ask your sponsor, right? And ask that person, hey, like, you know, who's a P600? I need a leverage. And if you want to build fast, if you just hit P150 this week or last week, you need to get at least, you know, if you can get 2 to P600s on that call, do it, and do a call, and you need to go ahead and build through, right? That's going to be super key. Another question I love to ask, you got to be a consultant with this, right? If you're asking people, hey, you just need to build, you just need to do this. I mean, people don't really react to that because this is kind of foreign. This is network marketing is a skill, right? Trading stuff, this is a skill. Everything is a skill, right? So you got to ask people, who's your MVP in your circle? Who's your MVP? Who's your MVP in your family, right? The MVP is a person that everybody wants to be around. Everybody wants to be around that MVP. So ask them that specific question, and they'll be able to give you it without even like you being able to go through their list. You'd be able to go ahead and ask them, right? P1000 is easy. It's easy to hit it. The reason why it took me forever because I complicated it. I overcomplicated it, right? P1000 is help 10, get 3. Help 10, get 3. That's easy. Stop thinking about 30. Focus on impacting. You need to focus on impacting people, right? At the end of the day, we're here for impact. We don't even say in the organization that I'm in, we don't even say, you know, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start building. We say impacting, right? Impacting, right? So there are 10 people, help 10 people hit P150. Help 10 get 3, easy, right? Make this fun. Show them how to make it fun. You got to have fun. I ain't gonna lie. There's a core group of people who I'm always on the phones with. We're always doing calls together, and it's fun. Like this is a sport. This is a sport, family. I'm gonna be honest with you. Treat this like a sport. It's really dope, right? So get them on training, social media, branding, mindset. Day one, when they lock in, you tell them, if you don't get on webinars, you won't make money. If you don't get on webinars, you won't make money. If you tell them that, if they don't get on webinars, you know why they're actually losing. That goes over a lot of people's head when they enroll somebody, because they're showing them the steps, they're showing them how to get their account set up. But it's the little things by telling them, hey, if you're super busy, like if you're that busy, I need you to go ahead and check the group chats 2 times in the morning, 2 times in the afternoon, and 3 times at night, because there's a lot of activity going on, right? You need to emphasize that. Otherwise, they're not going to do it. This is a newborn baby. You got to tell it what to do. You got to tell them what to do to be able to go ahead and help them, right? How much do you love yourself, right? How much do you love yourself? Like, you got to understand, like, when you're doing this, you got to feel good, right? We can't feel frustrated when we're prospecting. We can't feel frustrated when we're trading. We can't feel frustrated on those certain things. So, like, you got to love yourself throughout this whole process, right? Right. Books, right? How to Win Friends and Influence People. I read this, and I'm not the type of person that I'll read a whole entire book. I go to specific chapters, you know, through the table of contents, and I look at specific things that I need so I can acquire that skill and so I can apply it right away, right? So those are the things that I do, right? You got to have a farmer's mentality. You talk about it all the time, right? The farmer's not putting one seed and another seed and another seed. They're not doing that, right? What they're doing is they're scattering a whole bunch of seeds. They're planting a whole bunch of seeds, and they're figuring out, well, you know, over time, we're going to see which ones are going to harvest, right? You know, building, when you're building, or when you're impacting, when you're impacting, you gotta be a problem solver. There's gonna be things that happen in your organization, and those are things where you grow. Like, you able to grow, and then after you grow with that, you're able to go ahead and understand, okay, now I endured this situation, so now I actually can overcome this next time, right? I actually know how to overcome this and teach other people how to overcome it, right? So you got to care about people, right? Care about people is very, very key. You know, people can smell you from a mile away if you're just looking to just get them to sign up. Like, you really got to care about people, right? You got to have certain conversations. There's some conversations that you can have, right, that you don't necessarily have to talk about the business all the time. You really have to go ahead and really understand who they are. Hey, you know, what is it going to take? You know, what is it? Like, I truly care about you. I want to help you. What do we do, right? How can I serve you, right? You know, you have to grow so you can move people with your words. And that last thing is key. If you're not listening to personal development, people are going to come to you with problems. People are going to come to you with, hey, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, or I'm not able to get these results. I'm not able. And if you don't have certain words to be able to go ahead and move them, they're not going to do anything. They're going to be like, well, you just told me, you know, feel better. And it's like, no, like, you're doing personal development, right, to help you to then help someone else. It's not just for you. And a lot of people, you know, what I do say is, like, personal development and motivation. Like, you don't need motivation when it comes to this business. So, like, no disrespect to anybody on this call, but Eric Thomas, Les Brown, like, those are cool, but this is a business of skills. You need to apply skills. If you're not learning how to invite, invite, prospect, those are skills. You need to know how to edify. If you're not learning the skills, if you haven't seen David Imonite, Ivan Tapia, Bryce Thompson, Emery, if you haven't seen all those people, right? If you haven't seen all those people present, you're not going to really know how to do it effectively. You got to take gems from everybody, right? Remember, I told you guys, rob and duplicate, right? Rob and duplicate. So understand that, like, the motivation is cool, but I don't listen to a lot of motivational stuff. I listen to a lot of personal development to grow my skills. Jim Rohn, Eric Worre, David Monite, Alex Morton. I'm listening to things to actually go ahead and I'm not listening to brag and say, well, you know, I'm listening to this because it sounds good and it helps me. No, you're here to build a business. Like, you're here to actually go ahead and impact people. You can't impact nobody if you don't know the skills. Network marketing is skills, right? So, you know, duplication belief, like, the belief part is very, very key, right? If you don't believe in what you can't see, it isn't going to happen, right? That's having big faith, right? Drop a big faith in the chat right now. If you guys are getting some value, drop a big faith in the chat if you guys are getting some value so that we can see if you guys are still here with me, all right? Drop a big faith in the chat. Cool. All right, cool. Bet. Appreciate y'all, right? So you gotta believe, right? You know, it's one thing to work on your mind, and it's another thing to work on your spirit. When your mind is in a low place, your spirit is what's going to pull you out of it, right? See, John, how do I grow my spirit, right? You can do it a bunch of different ways, right? Meditation, you know, you can do affirmations. You can actually go ahead and read the the text, right? The Bible or Quran or anything or whatever it is you actually believe in, right? You can actually listen to those things, right? You can actually listen to it from an audio, or you can actually go ahead and read the text and, gospel music, frequencies, like really get yourself in that spirit, because like that spirit is what's going to pull you out of whatever you're actually going through. You have to grow your mind, right? Have to grow your mind. It's going to be super, super key, right? Duplication mindset, right? This is like the 3-step process to understanding how to actually get to the next level, right? So you have to know where you're going, chairman, right? But I want everybody right here, I want to do a quick exercise. I want you to write the next rank that you're going to hit in the next 30 days. Next 30 days, what rank will you be at in the next 30 days, right? The one that's very, very close. The one it's so close you can feel it, right? Write the next rank that you're going to hit, right? Like in the next 30 days, right? In the next 30 days, right? I feel it. It's right there. It's done. The abundance is coming. April showers is going to pour in, and I'm going to actually go ahead and get that done, right? Keep writing your ranks, right? The next rank that you're going to hit, right? Write that. Cool. Let's go. I see some C25s. I see P1000, P600. You can definitely do, I don't want to see nobody put P150, because in 30 days, you can do more than just that, right? I just want to give you guys some perspective, right, real quick. And the perspective is, if you don't have to believe in what I'm believing, but, God, right, he created the earth in 6 days, and he rested on the 7th, right? If God can do that in 6 days to create this entire earth, you can do way more than just P150 in 30 days. So I just want to let you guys know that, right? The next one is listen and apply, right? Listen and apply. You need to stop talking, and you need to listen and do it. You need to stop talking, and you need to listen and do it. I don't have all the answers. So if Gustavo tells me to do something, I stop talking and I just do it. There's no ego at all, right? You got to humble yourself very, very quick. The people who win in this is people who are humble, they have humility, and they're consistent. It's just those 3 things. I just watch every chairman. I watch people who are the P2s, the P5s, the P1s. People who are actually getting success is they're growing each day with those 3 things, right? And maybe if you're actually going ahead and you're at a rank for too long, it may be because we need to sharpen one of those tools, right? Education. You need to feed your team resources all the time, right? No one should say, well, this person never helped me. No, that should never happen. It should be you fed them too many resources. Maybe they probably got overwhelmed or something, but there's no reason for you not to, plug them into every single call. Like I send text messages to people who are P1000, P2000, that's on my team. And I'm just like, you're P600. I send it straight to your text message. And I'm like, yo, like you need to hop on this call. I don't just throw it in the group chat because you might not have seen it. And I have to make sure that you're on here and you get others on here, because it might not be for you, but it may be for someone else, or it may be for you to grab the information and actually go ahead and teach, right? So education. But I don't really know how to prospect. I don't really know how to go ahead and teach and do the intro call, right? I don't know how to go ahead and do the intro call. Well, hop on every single intro call from Monday through Sunday and just take notes on how they were presenting. And that's how you start to understand how to actually do it, right? Right, the 3 C's, right? Coachable, right? Most times I only work with people. I'm just letting you guys know what I do. I only work with people, and I think Gustavo applies this as well. He never really told me, but this is kind of like what I grasp from just everything. And I'm just like, this works best for me, right? Coachable, right? I only can work with people who are coachable. This is the 3 C's. This is how I determine if I work with you or not, right? If you make excuses, you're not coachable, right? You're just not coachable. There's no, like my man Angelo said yesterday, he said, excuses, where they at? Where is it? Where is it? If you make excuses, you're not coachable, right? So consistent, right? You got to be consistent. I don't care how talented you are. I care about your consistency. So if you're constantly going through your content, you're constantly posting, you're constantly doing those things, the right things all the time, guess what? I don't care if you're not getting people in the business. I know that you're growing, and it's only a matter of time because you needed that growth to actually go ahead and start to deliver, right? So I understood that, and I said, well, I'm gonna work. There's people that's right now that's a 2 and 3. There's people right now that's just a customer, and I will still continue to work with them because they're so consistent. They're so consistent. I don't really care about talent, right? Because hard. We all know the saying, hard work beats talent when talent isn't working, right? Competent, right? Competent, right? If you tell them and they do it and they're willing to learn, I can work with you. I can work with you. If you have all 3 of these things, I can work with you because I understand that you want it. You want to grow. You want to win, right? And I'll save it. I went through this pretty fast, which was dope. I went through it in about, I would say it's about 20, 25 minutes, which is dope because I don't want to waste nobody's time, right? The first thing, just a key nugget, the first thing that you need to do, right? The first thing that you need to do is you need to give your newest person GoPro or give them the audio. It's go on YouTube, type in GoPro Eric Worre, and give them that so they can understand network marketing. And I promise you, most times they won't quit. They won't quit because they understand the industry. Most people don't understand the industry. They understand like, oh, it's trading and we can get residual income, but they don't understand that you're in 2 different industries. You're in a trading industry which is an investing industry, and you're in a network marketing industry, right? So you got to understand that, right? So those are some things that I'll say. Another book, maybe Think and Grow Rich, either GoPro or Think and Grow Rich, right? You need those things, right? You need those things, right? The one thing I will say is, and I'm going to give you guys, whoever stays on to the end, I got a little surprise for you guys that, I think it will be very, very valuable for everyone here. I definitely think everybody can do that. Another thing, this is just some extra credits, right? Some extra credits. Let me go ahead and stop sharing so I can give you guys some extra credits, right? The next one is some extra credits, right? Now, I want you guys to do this, right? I want you guys to do this and give it a go. I don't really like saying the word try, right? I like to say give it a go, right? Because try means truly restricting yourself, right? So I want to go ahead and give you guys something that you can say, all right, well, this is what we're going to do. I want you to take your top leaders, right? If you're a P600, P1000, or maybe if you're a P150, I want you to take your top leaders, right? And I want you to put, maybe 4, 5, maybe 6 of them on an iPhone. And every week, I want you guys to do a group FaceTime. And I want everybody to like really just connect. Yo, let's game plan. What we doing this week? And 4 to 5 people. Now, if you're a person that just hit P150 or you're a customer, you need to find a way to get in somebody's iPhone group so that you can go ahead and really just like stay together. Because those group iPhone, oh, I apologize, whoever don't have an iPhone. I didn't even think about that. I apologize. Androids, I apologize, Androids, all right? I apologize. I apologize, Androids. I'm going to find something for y'all. Y'all can use WhatsApp. You can use WhatsApp, Androids. You can use WhatsApp. So you can use WhatsApp. So for my iPhone users, let's go ahead and create a group, 4 to 5 hungry people, and let's go ahead and group FaceTime together and just have fun, right? That's lit time. Lit time is, we're bouncing ideas off each other. We're saying, okay, what do we need to do to grow faster, right? What are the things that we need to do? And it's just having fun, right? That's like kind of like a team link up for the simple fact that you don't really have, yeah, Angelo, we did it, bro. So we don't have time to go to somebody's house and sit on the couch and, and game plan. We don't have time. So we got to do it on the phone. Right? So it's as if you're already there anyway, right? Also what I want to say, he said, add me to the group. All right, Prince, we're going to add you to the group, man. All right, I guess. Right. And another thing, before I got on this, someone asked me a question. They said, well, how do I make new friends? How do I do this? I'm like, just be genuine. Like, just be genuine, right? Just be genuine, and that's how you make friends, right? Be genuine, have interest in others, and you'll probably make more money if you have more interest in others, right? So that is that. I'll do a Q&A real quick since we're at 7:28. I wanted to leave at like 7:50, but we won't stay on too long. If you do have any questions about duplication or anything, go ahead and write it in the chat box, and I'll take a few of those questions, and then I'll give you guys the surprise that I have for y'all at the end, which I think you guys would love, because I loved it when I got it. Someone go ahead, they gifted it to me, so I want to gift it to y'all so y'all can have it as well. But if anybody has any questions, go ahead and ask, so I can go ahead and help you. If you don't have any questions, then that's cool. But okay, bet that we got 80 on here. Cool. So no one has any questions, right? About anything about duplication or anything like that. I think I kind of broke down a lot of stuff. So you do? Okay, bet. Go ahead, Amira. All right, hold on. How do we emphasize? Okay, wait, we got questions. All right, bet. Amira, if you could type it in there, I got you. All right, so I'm going to answer Richard's first, right? How do we emphasize personal development? Cool. Here's how you do it. To that question. When you get a new person in, you give them an audio or some type of YouTube, and you tell them, write me a brief description of what you got from this video. That's how you get them engaged, because they have to stop and pause to listen to the video. They need to receive the information. Do not send them a 20-minute video to start off. Do not do that. It has to be 10 to maybe 15 minutes in that range. And make sure it's some type of PD, but not motivation, because you hear Matt Rosa say it all the time, right? You hear him say it all the time, right? Also, I just seen with Yulisa just put, she said, send them the morning with Nenos. You can definitely do that as well. That's a great outlet. How much time do you spend on social media? Good question. I would say I spend a good 8 hours on there. I spend a good 8 hours on and off, 8 hours, just because I know that I need to go prospect. I need to go hit 10 people up every hour. I can't tell my team to do that. Like, my team knows that I'm doing it because I send them screenshots. I'm like, yo, like this is how many people we prospected. They can't even get a hold of me because I'm on calls. Yo, I'm on a call. I'm on a call. And most times I send them the screenshot when they call me. I send them the voicemail, and I send them a screenshot. Yo, I'm on a call. They're like, oh, okay, wow. Like, you're always on a call. So let me see the next question. I hope I answered that right for you. Are you satisfied with where you're at right now? If not, what could you improve? Good question. I'm never satisfied. I'm never satisfied until my mom is actually retired, right? That's when I don't think I'll ever be satisfied, because I think there's more people. There's 7.7 billion people in the world, and we're here to impact. So I think once I accomplish that milestone of retiring mom, I'll feel very, very good, but I'll also will still continue to be impacting, right? So that was a really good question. And let me see if I can answer a little bit more what you said. Are you satisfied? No, I'm not satisfied. If not, what can you do to improve? Me? What can I do to improve? A personal question. I love it. For me, I believe that I need to just continue to just be consistent and do more and create. I think because we can continue to do the same things over and over, but there's certain times where you have to implement new things to create. And I think when you bring in new ideas, when you're creating, more people are like, okay, wow, we were doing this and we shifted to another, we shifted. So you always want to find a way to shift within the next 60 to 90 days, whether it's a new personal development you listen to, whether it's something new that you actually implemented, and the consistency as well. So let me go ahead and answer the next question. Good question. Being a beginner, when you become P150, P600, you get others flock with you, leveling. All right. When they bring others on, they bring on levels me also. Yes. So when you bring others on, yes, you are able to go ahead and level up. If you're a P150 and you bring others and you help them, it helps you actually level up. And it's not necessarily just the rank that got you there, or the people. Is actually like you're accepting a role that you started something bigger than yourself. So that is my answer to your question. So we have students who don't want to impact, but we explain to them that they basically have to, because they're only able to trade $100, still want to impact eventually. Okay. and about paying their monthly, not being able to pay the monthly. What do you recommend? Okay, cool. So first and foremost, the launch. The launch is very, very key. You know, basically what she said is, you know, what if you have somebody who only is able to trade with $100, but they don't want to impact anybody, right? But they not sure if they can actually, and they complain about paying their monthly. So you have to, the launch is very key. And relaunches, they work, but the launch is super, super key. From day one, you have to get them on a call with people who are going to destroy their ego right away. Like, and what I mean is I want to destroy ego right away. So if I'm doing a launch call and maybe this person was just, the way they were just speaking about things, I'll tag team and get 2 people on my team, and we'll launch together, and they'll give them their perspective. And my favorite thing to say is, you know, you only have $100 to trade with, that you don't have the capital to determine whether you're going to do both, whether you're going to do one or not, because you don't have enough capital. You blow your account, you can't trade till next month, and now you probably don't even have any money to pay your subscription. Now you can't be part of the family. Now you feel some type of way because we kicked you out the family, or we didn't kick you out. You took yourself out, and now, you know, you got to pay to play as well, right? There's people who, whatever they paid for to get in Jay-Z or P. Diddy's circle, they're paying way more than what we're paying. I'm telling you that right now. They're paying way more than what we're paying. If you think that they have anybody who's making, you know, under 90,000 in the circle, you're absolutely crazy. You're absolutely crazy, right? Maybe, and that's me being nice, right? It may be under 6 figures. Like, nobody under 6 figures is in that circle, right? You got to pay to play, and you got to listen. So I always say, you know, you got to dictate the pace. Be a point guard. Be a point guard in this. Be a quarterback of your team. This is your team that you're starting. You have to be a quarterback. You have to be a point guard. You have to be that lead person who's taking off to start the relay. And you want to pass the baton to somebody who's actually going to understand. Now, if that person's like, well, I want to get out of my lane and not being coachable, right? You don't want to spend too much time doing that. So what I would recommend is set the pace from day one. From day one. Now, if they don't listen, you know, you got to love them from afar. Love them from afar. You love them a little bit, you know, help them, but you stay back a little bit because they're not listening, right? Let me see. What would you do if you aren't getting the responses you do and you do everything right? That's called the growth phase. That's what that's called, right? So what would you do if you aren't getting responses and you're doing everything right? That's called the growth phase. You're not getting the results, but every time you do it, you're growing, because you probably didn't get enough no's. You probably just started. You probably didn't get enough no's, so that's why you're not really, you know, you didn't get the results yet, but you're growing each time so that you can go ahead and deliver, and you start to get results sooner or later. It's just consistency, right? It's just consistency, being humble, understanding that, you know, I will do this. I will get this, right? All right, who else? All right, what if you're not ready at the moment to start, but they want to start at a later time? So, Frederick, good question. The one thing I will say is, when it comes to that, you gotta take it away. There's no reason someone should be waiting. Like if you're always gonna be there, like, yo, my time is valuable. Yo, here's what I do, right? I have 2 people that I'm always enrolling. So I have 2 people to place. You can get in after them, or you can get in before. It's up to you. Because after that, you only need 10 more to hit Platinum 600. So I can put an extra $600 in your pocket just from the people you know, just from your network, right? So you definitely want to leverage that. You definitely want to be able to leverage that. And timing and placement is key. Timing and placement is key. Let me see. What's some key questions that can change one's mindset to allow them to join the business? Good question. Okay. What's some key questions that can change one's mindset, allow them? All right. So sometimes we're not able to go ahead and just change somebody's mindset for some keywords, but here's some things that I do so that they won't think the way they think, right? I don't say the word opportunity, right? Because people don't know you from opportunity. Unless you're Jay-Z's son or daughter, you know, or you're maybe this famous person's, you know, maybe you have the credibility. But I don't say things like opportunity. You know, I'm very vague when I speak to people because I want to stay in control, right? I want to pique interest, right? So I may say, you know, I want to collaborate with you on something, right? I want to collaborate with you on something, right? I want to go ahead and launch this idea. I want to get your opinion on it. I don't care about his opinion, him or her opinion. I just want you on the call. That's all I want. My job is to invite. I'm here to just invite, and after that, I'm here to do edify and three-way call. That's, if you master those, you know, I done got Gustavo on a bunch of three-way calls, and it was a pick and roll all the time. So what's some key questions you can change? Yeah, you can't really change people's mindset, but I will say, I think, if I'm not mistaken, if Lisa's on here, she did a cool tactic that I always do as well. She and T-Beck as well, if they're on here, you send people personal development to help them grow while they're making a decision. Send them personal development to show them that you care. So, hey, listen, I know you don't join the business, but I still want to contribute to your growth. So I'm going to go ahead and I just want to send you this. Let me know, you know, give me some feedback on what I just gave you, on, you know, a brief description, right? So those are some things you want to be able to go ahead and do so you can go ahead and get right, right? We'll go to 7:45, right? So 5 more minutes. If you guys don't have any other questions, you know, we'll go ahead and we'll end this. And it's up to you guys. If you guys have any other questions, I'll answer some more. We have 5 more minutes. If you can think of anything, you know, it doesn't matter what it is, you know, let me know. You know, you should be able to go ahead and get these skills. No more questions. Anybody have any questions? Anybody new? Like, yo, I don't know. It's up to you. Any questions, you know, write it in. We got 5 more minutes. If you don't, then I'll go ahead and I'll end this. But let me see if you guys have any questions. Let me check the chat box again. If you guys don't have anything, right? All right, cool. So what I'll do is, right? What I'll do, if no one has any questions, I'll do what I was gonna give you guys, right? I'll do it. All right. So I'm gonna share my screen. Oh wait, 1 sec. All right, but someone had a question. Cool. Let me see. My bad. We got 5 more minutes. All right. What would make you think someone can't handle the business? You gotta qualify them. Good question, Richard. You gotta qualify people. I think, you know, certain mindsets, you know, it won't link. You know, certain mindsets won't link. So like when you see certain people doing a specific thing or they respond a certain way, you pretty much know if they're ready for this type of business or not. Like, you pretty much know. So you just have to like listen to what they say, and if you don't hear those things, you know, when we talk about the business and stuff, it's, you know, it's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna align with what we're doing. You know, it's not gonna align with what we're doing. All right. When you first joined, what were the first changes you did to your social media? Oh, that's a really good question, yo. We get nuggets out here. That's a really good question. When it came to social media, I actually had 1,900 followers, and I now have 9,000 followers. I had 1,900, and my page was on private. The first thing I had to do was listen and be coachable. So Emery, Mr. Banks, Chairman 100, he told me I have to take my page off of private, and I also had to start posting content. So all I did was I just watched his page and I just duplicated everything. And I would ask him, like, what do I post? I don't really know what to post. I'm new at this. He was like, do you study on Go Live? I said, yeah. He said, do you study on the harmonic scanner? I said, yeah. He said, well, you need to do a boomerang, or you need to do a video of you actually studying, taking notes. So I was like, oh, okay. And he was like, yo, high quality pictures in different places. So I said, okay, bet. So I started to do that, and I started to apply it. So everywhere I went, if I went to Dallas, I took a picture somewhere, I dressed up, looked nice, and I just put a caption there. He said, make sure the caption is a message. So I was like, all right, cool. So those are some of the things that I did. I just got very uncomfortable, started posting and started duplicating what everybody was doing. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do more videos. All right, I'm gonna do more pictures, right? So that is that. What is your advice? Okay, wait, someone had another question. This is my first network marketing company, so I would be best route to take. Oh, what would be the best route to build my confidence? GoPro, GoPro, because you need to understand the aspects of like, there's gonna be tough things, right? It's gonna be tough, right? So I would say GoPro and Think and Grow Rich, David Monite videos, some Austin Gotzi videos. You know, those are some things that I would definitely say, because you need to grow yourself. And if we're not elevating, it's because we haven't grown enough. So, you know, there's most people who wait 3-4 years before they actually make money, but we have a chance to actually make money, you know, less than a year, less than 6 months, less than 30 days. You just have to be coachable and literally set yourself on fire and just listen. All right. We listen and apply, we'll be good to go. But build yourself up with the PD. PD is going to be key. Jim Rohn, Bob Proctor, those are some good things. Hope I answered your question. What is your advice to a beginner who wants to start trading right away to avoid the trainings? All right. So what is your advice to a beginner that wants to start trading right away? Okay, but avoid the trainings. Okay, cool. First and foremost, they're not coachable, right? You need to let them know from day one when they get started, you don't know anything. You don't have, drop your ego. You don't know anything. I'm helping you out. You know, I'm here to, you know, guide you. I'm not your boss. I'm the coach. I'm just here to coach you and just help you along the way. Now, if you have any problems, you need to tag somebody on your team. It's called leverage. The name of this game is leverage. If you don't know how to trade, what do? You get somebody who knows how to trade to break down something for somebody who doesn't. Right? If you don't know how to build, or if you don't know how to impact, if you don't know how to do certain things, you tag somebody else in. It's called leverage. Don't do it by yourself. If you do it by yourself, it's not going to work. If you leverage, you have a chance. You have a chance. So I'm brand new. I just joined a couple days ago. I have a demo account set up. Just trying to figure out what I should do next. What would be your advice? Cool. It depends, Quintel. Depends what you want to do. If you want to trade and build, you know, let me trade and impact, you know, let me know down at the bottom, and, you know, I'll be able to go ahead and help you. But if you know, I'll give you my suggestions right now if you let me know. But if you just want to come in and just trade, first thing I'm going to ask you is how much capital you have to trade with. If you don't have more than $500, you don't have a choice. You have to build because you don't have a capital. You have to impact. You don't have capital. So I'm just saving you so you won't actually like mess yourself up, because you're gonna get caught up and then you're gonna be mad that you got charged and you didn't fully optimize the opportunity. All right. So after a demo account, I would definitely say, you know, you want to be able to go ahead and start taking as many trades as you can on the demo, get more comfortable, build your confidence, plug in, ask more questions, get on the trainings. That's very, very key. If you don't click the Zoom link, you're not going to win. I can tell you that right now. Many people who I don't see on webinars, it's only a small percentage that wins, but don't even fall to that small percentage. Appreciate you. Okay, cool. No problem. All right, cool. Now I'm gonna drop the last thing. I'm gonna give you guys what I was gonna give you guys. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Don't hop off because I told y'all I had something for y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this for y'all because I got y'all. Whoever hopped off, I don't know what to tell them, but I got y'all. Right? So it's this app, right? It's an app, right? And it's called, right? It's called IM. It's called Positive Affirmations. It's called IM, right? And what it does is, right, you can literally go here and you can literally do your affirmations right here. I deserve to be better, right? I believe in myself. I am happy to be who I am, where I am, and when I am. I'm not going to put that one because that one was too low. I am beautiful, right? I am blessed, right? I am worthy. I can and I will. I have the power to create change. I accept myself for what I am. So this is an app that you guys can use. I love it. I love myself. I love myself unconditionally. I love this. So if you guys got some value, drop some 777s in the chat. I am fearless. Drop some 777s in the chat. I am growing. All right, let's go ahead. Let's be on the same frequency, family. I love and respect myself. All right, 777s. I appreciate you guys. My thoughts and opinions are valuable. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. So let me see you guys drop big faith at the bottom. Let me see you drop big faith in the chat, because we all want to be on a faith frequency. We want to understand that it is there. Big faith, family. Big faith is not a team name. Is not a movement. Is a vision. It's a vision that we have for everybody. So I love you guys. Appreciate you. I appreciate everybody for staying on. We had 60. We started off with like 85. But I appreciate you guys. I love you. Have a blessed day. I hope I was able to help. I know we have an opportunity call at 8 p.m. Go ahead and invite your prospects. And I love you guys. Let's get it. Let's get it. Big faith. Big faith. Let's get it.